enjoy the mayhem. It means I get to use a power tool, which is good. As with everything with farming, it never goes smoothly. If you're a regular to the channel, hi, and thanks for joining us again. If you're new, I'm Jason, and along with my wife Yvonne, we moved to an abandoned off-grid homestead, small holding, tiny farm, whatever you want to call it. For us, it was about changing our lives and trying to find a simpler life, a simpler way of doing things, being more self-sufficient. That doesn't mean it's any easier, it's just different. Sun's out, blue sky, just means you've got to get loads of stuff done. I'm going to use something called a topper, which is it's a lawnmower. Yeah, it cuts down some of the stuff that we don't want. We've got a lot of, I call it midgy grass. Yeah, it's quite a good sign of where water is running through fields. If it's not solar or wind powered on the farm, it's tractor powered. Today I'm going to do some different sort of grass cutting, starting off with the topper, and I'll show you that in a second. But the way all of that works, if you don't have tractors, and this was a learning curve for me as well, everything we do is powered by this thing, this little shaft here, which is called a PTO, which is a power takeoff. And that power takeoff drives all of the different implements we can put on the back of the tractor. It's a really amazing bit of kit, really. It works by hydraulics, so when the engine's turning, creates pressure, and with some magic inside the John Deere, it drives what I'll show you in a second is a shaft that goes to the implement. Each implement has its own shaft, and yeah, it works really well. But before I can do that, I've got to fix a problem that happened last time I was out grass topping. I'll show you that now. This is the shaft that connects from the implement to the back of the tractor, but as a safety measure they have something called a shear bolt. If the blade gets caught on something or something goes wrong, it snaps basically, which saves damaging any of the equipment that you're using. I mean, it's genius, really simple, but works very well. The engineering and thought that goes into all this stuff is pretty impressive, and I think a lot of us don't realise until we ever come in contact with it. So that's the broken shear bolt, and that's a new one. Really simple. Also, the way you change items over, the way you fix things, on the whole, it's pretty easy when you know how. You need someone to tell you how to do it, but when you know, it works fairly well. So inside here is a button that you press that takes it off the shaft. Pull this thing, which is a protector, there's a safety guard, and you press the button, and I'll show you it when I've done it, and pull it off. So this button here releases the shaft from the receiving end. Now I'm sort of flying a bit blind here. So you can see where this spins round. I'll put the bolt on, which I will do. Simple bolt can save you thousands. Now comes the fun bit of connecting the tractor to the implement. And that's fun. Yep. Oh, but we need a hammer, don't we? Good. Yeah, we're good to go. Yeah. that's the topper in place. So now all I need to do is get in the tractor and take it to the field and start doing what I need to. Today is all about getting the field ready. This is a new field that we managed to get hold of, which is amazing. Yeah, getting the field ready so that the fencer can come in and put new fencing around it, because it's not been fenced in, again, 35-40 years as well. So before we can put the cows in here, obviously we need to make it so they can't escape. The trouble is, nothing is ever as easy as you think it's going to be. Yesterday we were supposed to do this, and you just saw in the tractor then, came up here with the first load of stone, and unfortunately he sunk in the field. So you can see Alan using the first load that came. We had to dump it out of the vehicle to fill up the hole and just make it safer. Everything's always bigger than you thought it would be, but we'll get there. Stephen's also been really kind and lent us this Manitou, which is a really cool bit of kit, because it's lighter than the tractor, and we can fit each one of those. Where are we? There we are. Oh, yeah. Each one of those yellow buckets holds about a ton of stone. And there's about 16 ton, between 12 and 16 ton comes off of the tractor when he brings it up. We were hoping that he would be able to put it where we need to use it to bridge a very wet area, but he just can't get up there, so we've got to use another solution. So everything always takes longer, but it's going to be fun using the Manitou. Day 2 of building bridges in one of the fields so that the fencer can get around the edge. It was a bit sort of wet, so yeah, yesterday I was lucky and had help from Alan and Stephen. Today I'm doing it on my own, so it's basically loading stone into that Manitou and then taking it over there somewhere. So yeah, it's going to be, I mean, it's good fun I suppose, but it's going to be a long day. done all the work needed to building these temporary bridges, which is great. Now just going to go and check, make sure there's no other big holes that need filling in, because I've still got some stone left, which is great as well. Yeah, so that's started at 8:30, finished at 2:30. That's a good day. So this is one of our pastures. You probably see all this white stuff everywhere. It's called white clover, and it's known as a nitrogen fixer. What that actually means is at its roots it has these little bobbles that hold nitrogen, and it releases it to all of the plant life around it, so it brings life to everything. It's really good for creating an amazing pasture for the animals, and what we try to do is let them eat a third, trample a third and leave a third. We want it to grow as tall as possible. If you let that happen, the roots go down even further, so when you have large amounts of rain, you don't get flooded fields, you don't get wet fields, because the roots from the grasses and the forage soak it all up. It's a really great system. That's what we get up to in our pastures. If you've been following us in the last few vlogs, you'll know that we've moved in to our little place here, and we used to live in that static. We were in there for a couple of years, so it's been a bit battered and used, and but it's still in really great condition under the surface. So what we're doing today is getting rid of some of the furniture that's in there, because it's pretty old now. We're going to give it a clear out, because what we want to do is make it ready for people who want to come and help out and, you know, see the farm and get involved in it, really. So that would be their temporary home while they're here. So this is what we are currently dismantling. Yeah, we're going to hopefully turn it into a nice place for a couple or a single person or whatever to come and get involved. There's a lot of junk everywhere. It's 2 years of trying to live in a static caravan whilst building a farm. So yeah, this is what we're working on now. Always exciting. So it could be that we have to get the power saws out to chop these up, because obviously when they build these, I think they put the furniture in first and then put the windows in, because the doors are not the biggest. So that door, yeah, may not be wide enough to take those. And also, I'm not allowed to lift stuff at the moment, as some of you will be aware. So chop it up into little bits. It means I get to use a power tool, which is good. So yeah, enjoy the mayhem. Oh,
What should we do with it?
I want to get the carpets up and put wooden floor down or something, I think. Get it cleared out completely, and then we'll put laminate flooring. I think that works quite well. We'll have to undo that for now. Yeah, Cool, do that. It's been a bit of a crazy week this week. I've had to fix farm implements, use a Manitou, which is a big lifter, move rocks around a field so that a fencer can come and do some work, as well as start one of the projects that we didn't think we'd have to do, which is refurbishing and rebuilding the static caravan that we'd been living in. It's been a crazy time. But all of this brings unexpected benefits to living off-grid. It makes you remember why you left and wanted to leave the hustle and bustle of urban life. It's why we wanted to learn new skills and do something different with life. Living off-grid changes your perspective on so many things. And it gives you, I suppose, a deeper connection with the land that you're on, nature. You can sense the potential in every day because you're much closer to everything. You're not having to commute to work, be detached from the place that you live. It gives a real sense of well-being. If you enjoyed this, it'd be amazing if you could hit the subscribe button, drop a comment down below. I'll try my best to answer them as quickly as possible. Until the next one, thanks for joining us.